How much lithium should one take daily?
Well, that's a very interesting question because the supplements are much, much bigger doses than what my answer is. So the life extension one here is lithium orotate, and this is one of the smallest doses that you can get on a supplement. And it is sitting at 1,000 micrograms or 1 milligram of lithium every day as far as elemental lithium in the form of lithium orotate, which is only, I think, about 16% lithium. So you're actually getting many milligrams of lithium orotate in this. And then double wood is another example where this is 5 milligrams of elemental lithium. And the answer is that you probably only need about 20 to 40 micrograms per day, according to the surveys that have been done looking at good outcomes due to exposure in natural water, which oftentimes is going to get the average person about 20 to 40 micrograms per day. So it is something where some people, if they're trying to mimic that, potentially get one of the liquid lithium orotate supplements where you can use even smaller doses. There's probably not a harm to going up into the higher dose, but it is something where there can potentially be some side effects, which we'll talk about in another question. So looking at doses that seem to be protective for dementia, for suicide, and potentially for Parkinson's disease, the doses tend to be smaller than what are in most of the supplements.
What are the typical side effects that stop people from taking low-dose lithium?
Probably the most common are going to be gastrointestinal side effects, and this is a dose-related issue. So it is something where one can always go down their dose, as we talked about in the last question, and that we're taking probably more than what we need to be taking. Can get some stomach discomfort, can get diarrhea, can get nausea. There's other rare things that happen at higher doses, like tremor or excessive urination. But those types of things are really dose-related, and I think that we always have the option to go down in dose and mimic what we see in the data.
What is the rate reduction of suicide with low-dose lithium?
The rate reduction is somewhere between 40 and 65%, depending upon which study you take a look at. The other thing that is interesting with this is that we see a rate reduction in people with mild cognitive impairment, which is oftentimes a lead-in to dementia or other neurocognitive decline. So it is a quite substantial rate reduction from what we are seeing in individuals that have used a modest dose, including supplementation, often of kind of a milligram per day of lithium orotate.
What is the rate reduction of getting a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease with low-dose lithium?
This is an interesting area of investigation and something where the Cure Parkinson's group is certainly taking a look at this. In their 2024 data, it looks somewhere 75 to 77% rate reduction, which is remarkable. And a more formal study is currently being done. There's also the discussion as far as for individuals who already have disease, whether the doses should be higher rather than these microdoses. It looks as though just with low-dose lithium that they found that amount of rate reduction. But again, this needs to be confirmed and better studies done.